So you want to do something I thought might be kind of cool. So the end of '88, Dusty Rhodes got fired or quit. I'm not sure what.
Well, he,
Right. So he was no longer the booker in
yeah.
the NWA. So then 1989 rolls around. It was
Hmm.
kind of like it was like a brand new year and like brand new booking staff. It was George Scott, right?
Yes,
Yeah. And so,
Jimmy Crockett did some maintenance booking in between
yeah,
before they finally decided on George.
I always kind of looked at it like Starcade '88. That was the last Dusty show. Just I know it probably wasn't or sometime around
Mm,
there, but it just kind of looked like you know. But anyways, so I thought it'd be cool, like if they came to you,
hmm.
like let's say it's January 1st, 1989. They're like, "Hey, Dusty Rhodes has been fired, or he's not working here anymore." You're
12-year-old Jason or the Jason I am, or 48-year-old
just
Jason. Which no one's
whatever,
going to believe I'm 48 years old because my dad and Dusty Rhodes and Jack Briscoe, they're all still perpetually 36.
So uh, so they come to you,
Hmm.
and then so I thought it'd be cool for the four people that are watching us that. So what would you have done? Like they come to you and say, "Hey, Dusty Rhodes is no longer the booker.
Hmm.
Who are we going to program the world's champion with? Ric Flair. We need to get, depending, some programs, however long, like, we need to get some time out of this.
Hmm.
So the office, George Scott they chose Ricky Steamboat.
Hmm.
So Ricky,
After Al Perez had that whole dust up,
right,
which, that
right.
that was, I mean, I love Al, but yeah, I mean, maybe if he would have done a couple jobs for him, we could have got the strap. I don't know.
So what would you have done? They come to you, you're the booker, and let's just use that time frame because they went with Steamboat till about what Wrestle War that was May, so
Hmm.
January, February,
Yeah.
March, April, May, so like 4 months.
And then we got him in the program with Terry.
So you have to rebook the world's champion. You have to rebook Ric Flair. It's up to you.
Hmm.
You got 4 months to fill. um, and you have to do it within. I mean, there's a little bit of wiggle room because I was thinking like, like if they said, like who would you book him with?
Hmm.
So just a little bit of wiggle room. I mean, you can't say, well, I'll take, in this example, you can't say, well, hey, I'll take Bret Hart, 1993.
Hmm.
But who would you book? You're booking the world's champion, Ric Flair, in the beginning of '89 with the talent that's there in 1989. What Dusty would have had to work with. So Dusty is no longer the booker. You're the booker. Who are you programmed the world's champion with until the spring? Go.
Well, I would have not done what they did in Baltimore. I would have put the belt on Luger because I think that really, really hurt things for a while. That's where we started to really lose some steam because Ricky was going to get it back anyway. I think what I was originally told when Dad came back from a tour before, or he would say tour, before in June of '88, is that Luger was in fact going to get it. Something happened where he ended up not getting it, and I think Ricky was going to get it back, but I think putting it on Lex at that time would have really helped, and they could have scored it back off of him at Starcade. But what I would have done, and this isn't necessary, this is the way I'm going to go with this, would not be really. It's if you do it the way most people would do it, it's too predictable. But the way I would do it would be quite a
You're
little bit
saying
different.
it's
Yes.
January '89.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, who you programming Flair with?
Mm-hmm.
We got to draw money.
I have J.J. Dillon, Barry Windham, and Ricky Flair out there together at one point in time. And after Ricky and Barry defeat somebody in a tag match, it could have been Unk and Mike Rotunda in a tag match. It could have been Unk and Steve Williams in a tag match. At the end of it, Barry goes ahead and him and JJ just whack Ricky, and they just put him down and just really start, Barry maybe puts the claw on Ricky and they start putting the boots to him. Come out on TV the very next week, and then JJ says something to the effect, when I recruited this young man right here, I didn't recruit Lex Luger. I didn't have to, didn't want to. This young man right here beat Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard and helped Lex Luger win the World Tag Team titles. This young man right here put down the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. This young man right here is the reigning United States champion, and he is the number one contender for the world title. The Four Horsemen have been dissolved because, like I said, I didn't go after Sting. I didn't go after Nikita. I didn't even go after the Road Warriors. I went after this young man right here. The Four Horsemen are no more. They are dissolved. But the young man standing right behind me, the U.S. champion, the number one contender, and the next world heavyweight champion, the Horseman, Barry Windham. And that's how you set that up. Because if you turn him against Ricky and make Ricky and JJ the heels against Barry, it's too obvious.
Right.
But if JJ says, I brought him in not only to complete the Four Horsemen, but to supplant Ric Flair, this was my whole plan anyway, then Ricky and Barry are off and running. For the
Who's
title.
the heel?
Barry's the heel.
Okay, so Flair's kind of a
yes,
big face.
because I mean they're going to beat because the Road Warriors were heels at the time. They could have a smalls or no DQ with the Road Warriors, and then just all of a sudden Ricky and Barry are like this, and then Barry cracks Ricky, and then he just stands over top of him like this.
Okay, so with mine, I didn't put that much thought into it, but
I thought about that for maybe about 30 seconds. How I would do that, because sometimes if you're the only problem you have with it is like, oh, well, of course you're going to have Ricky and Barry, Ricky and JJ against Barry. No, not going to do that. That's too obvious. Do it the other way, because Barry, just call him the Horseman, Barry Windham, and have like the whole black cowboy hat, and he doesn't do this no more. He just stand over top of Ricky like that.
Yeah.
But Ricky is still going to take some time off, and then we're going to come back and do some great matches in big business.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I kind of see the limit. I mean, it was kind of hard. It was like
Arn and Tully left. That was difficult.
Yeah, Arn and Tully left. So I came up with
Road Warriors are now heels.
I mean, I think it would have drawn tons. Would be Flair program with Humpy.
Yes, I think that would be even better.
It's great. So no,
here a Hennepin Avenue match.
No, we love Hump. It was, if anybody doesn't know, we love Hump. So, but it would have been great.
That's right, Daddy-O.
Here's what I thought. I thought it'd be cool. So the first thing was, and again, it includes Barry Windham. I kind of thought, just not. I don't know how good it would have been. I don't know, but it would have
don't second guess your booking.
No, it would have been.
It
would have been kind of
because you're not. I mean, you can't just sit there and go, well, what are we going to do for 6 weeks? Well, nothing.
Right.
You have to,
I always thought,
put some thought into it, and don't just think that the people are going to buy anything, and try to trick them a little bit.
I always thought Flair was the best as a heel. So mine, I wanted to keep Flair as a heel. And I don't know exactly how
he was Fritz von Erich by that point in time. People just really, they were taken by him. He'd been around so long. So okay, he was Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. I kind of thought somehow or another, because I was kind of thinking at first, I was like, well, just go ahead and pull the trigger with Sting. Just they had that match a year earlier almost at the first Clash. And it's like, just
they did it a year later.
Yeah. But so I thought just for maybe like a few months, because New York would do that occasionally with Hogan. They would tag him with Beefcake, and they would, work against, a couple people. But anyways, I thought team up Barry and Sting and put them.
So turn Barry back at babyface.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot Barry was a heel again. Yeah, so yeah, you'd have to turn Barry at babyface. But I thought this might be an interesting little combo. And again, there's a little bit of wiggle room. I don't think everybody was exactly there yet, but align the Fabulous Freebirds with Flair, and Flair, because I just think Barry Windham and Gordy, like I just with blood, I think they have some great matches. I just think it kind of be cool. And I saw a really cool picture of Ric Flair and Michael Hayes together. They look good together. Just align Flair. I'm not saying that they're the new Four Horsemen, but he's just aligned with the Freebirds and that group. Bring Buddy Roberts, Terry Gordy, Hayes, and Flair, and they work with Sting and Windham, and then somehow in there, Flair and Hayes can get into a little tussle where they're kind of going at each other. I'm not saying this is going to be the greatest program. I'm not saying this is Luthez and Buddy Rogers. I'm just saying just get you through to the summer to where Sid is there, to where Scott Steiner is there, to where Mood is there, because there was that gap, which Rick Steamboat, they brought him in to fill that gap. So I'm just saying from within. I think that kind of I don't know, that might stink the place up. It might kill the business.
Because what I would have done alongside with Ricky and Barry is I would have had continued the thing with Sting and Luger against the Road Warriors. That would have been my second thing. So I'd have had that.
So did you crap on my idea?
No. Okay. No, anything. I mean, it got, because by that point in time, we went with Ricky and Steamboat and Eddie Gilbert against Barry. Then Barry took off and went to New York. I
just think one thing, man. I think Terry Gordy and Barry Windham, Dude, I think that could just tear the house down.
Yeah, it could. It would have.
Yeah, and then Sting's over there. However, and I mean,
Or
how
what?
could that not have been a good
Or what
match?
you could have done 2 years later or three, whenever Van Hammer got there, make him the third Freebird, have him get the shine on the baby faces, and then once he turns against Michael and Jimmy, Terry comes back and says, I told you I didn't want him in. It'd be, Michael, I didn't want him in, so I had to come back from Japan to straighten him out. Then you're off and running again. It's not that hard to do. Just look at what you have and say, okay, this, and this. And don't sit around with 30 people, some with cliffs in their chins in an office, trying to concoct things that aren't really there.
So
That's not a shot at any particular people that may be in the wrestling business at this time, but
So anyways,
I'll never work and don't want to.
what do y'all think would